Hari Om. To all of you. Thanks, Sri Vasu and Srimati Vani and Sri Vasu. Thank you very much. It's an opportunity to think aloud on this great text, Atma Bodha, a Prakarana Grantha of Shankaracharya. As we have already discussed, the same concepts that were there in the Upanishads, they have been explained here. Whereas Sattva Bodha is just a book of definition, Atma Bodha is a grantha of concepts of Vedanta. What is told here is explained here. It's a very, very exhaustive 68 verses are there. We have, till the last class, we have finished 40 verses. Today we are going to discuss verse number 41 onwards. And we start with Shanti Mantra, Sahana Bhavatu, and Shuklam Bharadaram, we imagine the Lord. Then we get the grace of our Gurus. The entire Guru Parampara, starting from Sadashiva, Shankaracharya, like that. And also Lakshminatha to the present. The entire line of Gurus we invoke. And then we chant together the Dhyana Shloka of particular Atma Bodha, Pratasmarani. And then we will take up verse 41, lead and follow. Okay? We start.
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
Verse number 41, lead and follow.
प्रातस्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वम् सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयम् यस्वप्नजागरसुप्तमवैति नित्यम् तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्गः।
41, lead and follow.
Verse number 41. ज्ञानज्ञेयभेदः। Repeat. ज्ञेयभेदः परेणात्मनि विद्यते चिदानन्दैकरूपत्वात् दीप्यते स्वयमेव हि। Together. ज्ञातृज्ञानज्ञेयभेदः परेणात्मनि विद्यते चिदानन्दैकरूपत्वात् दीप्यते स्वयमेव हि।
So I have the word meaning. Let us see the word to word meaning. Jnana Jnaya Vedaha. There are three words that I use. Jnatra, Jnana, Jnaya. Vedaha, the distinction. Pare na vidyate atmani. differences are not there. What is that? The distinction between the tributies, Jnatra, Jnana, Jnaya, Vedaha, the distinctions there, but not in Pare Atmani na Vidyate. There is no distinction because what is that? Chidananda Rupatvat, that the Atman that we are trying to realize is of the nature of consciousness and bliss. And Dhyipyate Swayameva Hi. Dhyipyate Swayameva Hi. It illumines, shines its own. I am also showing you for the benefit of all of you the Kannada Jnatra, Jnana, Jnaya, Vedaha, Ena Atmani Vidyate, Chidananda Rupatvat Dhyipyate Swayameva Hi. Now, let us go from what we already know. In this world, we get a lot of knowledge. We experience things, jnana, in various ways. There is in Gandhi Bazaar that Vidyarthi Bhavan. That's very, very delicious. And you know, the way nice to look at, and the taste also is so good. That means the experience of Vidyarthi Bhavan Masala Dosa through the eyes and through the tongue. And many times, you know, when there is a sad incident, I feel sad. And happy incidents I feel. That means the equipment through which I experience joy and sorrow is through the mind. And we also experience the various difference in thoughts and ideas. So we have the three, what is that? The subject, the object, and the experience. Experiencer, experienced object, experiencer, there is experience. So there we have all. We have three things. We said the entire organs of perception is a jnatra. Then jnana is of the world, which Swami Chinmayananda puts it is what is called as his BMI chart. The experience of the world of objects, the world of emotions, world of thoughts and ideas. This is the experience knowledge. And the object is what? Outside. The world of objects, world of emotions, world of thoughts and ideas. That experience, so three are important. Jnatra, Jnana, Jnaya. These Vedas are there everywhere. But I wanted to just recollect what we saw in verse 40, the previous sloka. It says, Rupa Varnadikam Sarvam Vihaya Paramarthavit. So it was said, Paramarthavit is the Jnani knows Brahman. Oh, this is where the controversy comes. So we think as though, I just told you, like we have the experience or the knowledge of the OET, and the knower is the senses, mind, intellect. So we try to feel, when it was showed in the last class, Paramarthavet, so the Jnani knows Brahman. So then people will say, okay, this also is like that. But What does this sloka says? I'll go back to this sloka again. Jnatru jnana jnaya vedaha pare atmani na vidyate. It is not there. So then why? That means like we experience the world of objects, the world of emotions, world of thoughts, like we get that knowledge, we can't get this knowledge. Yes, movement of the gender. Jnat, Jnani, here it appears as though Paramarthavit, Jnani is known. Known is a Brahman is the object. So it appears as though it can be experienced through the senses. Then to this confusion that we are likely to get because of the verse 40 is explained here. This is not like that. So let us, that means there is a clear message that all of us should take as in this Supreme Brahman, the Atman, cannot be got through any one of these senses. It cannot be got. So in this experience of Brahman, there is no question of Jnatra, Jnana, Jnaya. Why? Because if you have to have Jnatra, Jnana, Jnaya, then it should be three. But what is it that we are trying to experience? Chidananda Rupatvat. Carefully, carefully. We are going into the depth of Vedanta. In that Supreme Brahman, or the Atman, whatever you take it, in the Vesti level, Atman and Paramatman both are same. There, these are not there. So, in Paramatmani, Jnatru, Jnaya, Jnaya, Navite. Why? Because one. Eka. How? Atma Jnana is not something that I get through the senses. I can't feel through the mind. I can't think. Even the subtle intellect also cannot think. It is not an object. So then, why? Because this Jnanam is one. All other Jnanas can be different. And again, we are getting experience through our body, mind, and intellect. But there is power which is making me get experience through my senses, through my mind, through my intellect. It is that, and that doesn't require any illumining. So, Jnatru Jnana Jnaya Vedaha Parenatmani Vidyate, because Chidananda Rupatvat, and it shines on its own. For all other experiences, carefully, the experiences that I get through senses, through the mind, through the intellect, I need the factor. But here is what I am trying to realize in this life. Brahman, Paramatman, it has got no object and it doesn't require and nothing to illuminate because it is illuminating on its own. What we have to do is in the seat of meditation, we have to understand that Atman cannot be not an object of my senses, of my mind, I can't think of Brahman. It has to be only realized. So this is one practice that we have to do. What we should prepare yourself well, become qualified, and then in the seat after performing karma and bhakti yogas, become qualified, get knowledge, Vedantic knowledge, and then in the seat of meditation, realize Aham Brahma Asmi. Let us take to verse number 42.
Evamatmarano dhyana. Madhane satatam krite. उदितावगति ज्वाला ज्ञानेन्दनं दहेत् सर्वज्ञानेन्दनं दहेत् टुगेदर एवमात्मारणो ध्यान मथने सततं कृते उदितावगतिर्ज्वाला ज्ञानेन्दनं दहेत्.
Okay, if it is not available for my senses, for my mind, for my intellect, how am I to experience? The technique is given, how to experience that. Evam, thus, Atma Aranav. I will explain that particular concept. Arani is a wooden piece. And what we have to do? Dhyana matane, churn. It is not thinking, go beyond. Thinking is of the function of the gross intellect. Contemplation, subtle intellect. I must go beyond, and it has to be done not Sunday morning, Friday afternoon, or once in a way in a festival. No. Satatam. Then, today, when you constantly contemplate on this concept after becoming qualified, then what happens? And that will go away. When you do it, Uditavagatir Jwalam. That is born. Then it will happen that knowledge is born. That knowledge is born. What will happen? Sarva Ajnana Indanam Dahed. This Ajnana is called a fuel. The entire fuel of ignorance is burnt. Carefully. So let us see that. This is the technique of Atma Jnana, experience in the seat of meditation. What we have to do? Become qualified. An impure mind is not fit for this contemplation. Become fit when the mind is calm, peaceful, and the intellect is bright and brilliant. When you are capable of contemplation, then you must contemplate on that concept. And it should be, Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda says, spirituality is not a part-time job. It's continuous, right from the time you get up until the moment you sleep. Right from the moment you are born until the moment you will leave this body, go on doing it, sadaram. Then you do it. Then, when you does do it, two things will happen. The jnana is burned, and that then Atma Jnana is born. What is that Ajnana? I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. This is true, and it is real. All these things, you think it is real. That is because of avidya or maya, and that ignorance is called fear. Entirely is burned, and then you get realized that. So, evam atmaranau dhyanam. Dhyanamatane sadalam krute. Uditavagatir jwala. Sarva ajnana indanam. Sarva is there. See that? Sarva ajnana indanam dahe. And we had, I think we had discussed in this forum, Kaivalya Upanishad. It says, Atmana maranim kruva pranavam chottaraarinim jnana nirmatana abhyasat vasham dadi. This is a famous shloka of Kaivalya Upanishad, which matches this particular shloka. Olden days, these people, the students of Vedanta, they were used to that custom of all the students of Vedanta. They had known this concept. They were all qualified and they were doing yajnas regularly. And for performing yajna, there was a technique which they were using. They got the lower arani, a scope, a wooden one, like that. And then you got the upper arani, the top one, which also has the two cups are there. In between there is a rod, wooden rod. And when it is continuously churned as lower arani, upper arani, constantly charged, then there is, you will see in that picture, lower arani is there, upper arani is there. When it is continuously churned, you get a spark of fire in the bottom. And there they would have cooked some combustible materials. It catches fire, and that fire is used to perform all yajnas. That burns all. Here, now I want you to start imagining the lower arani, the upper arani. I show that again. Lower arani, upper arani, continuous churning for a long time, and then because of the heat, the fire is produced, and you will have combustible material, and that your fire. So this is Kaivalya Upanishad, and this verse is like that. Evam Atma Aranau Dhyanamatane. The churning is called Dhyanam, and Satatam Krude. Please understand, not a single word we can miss. Dhyanamatane. This churning is a contemplation. In the seat of meditation, you continuously do it. And then, what will happen? That knowledge is gained. And what is that lower and upper arani? Lower arani, let us take it as antakarana, the inside us. Antakarana and upper arana is our Vedanta Vakya. I am Atma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. There are so each Upanishad, each Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Taittiriya. All these Upanishads, they have this Mahavakyas, and this Vedanta Vakyas is the upper arani. Lower arani is our Antakarana. And in between, we have to churn this. And then think, contemplate. Then what will happen? That means the churning is a process. After becoming qualified, you do the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and then in the seat of meditation, go on, start thinking. Then it should not be, as I said once in a way, Satata, read the shloka, Atma, Evam Atma Aranau, Dhyana Matane. Each word is important. Satatam Krute, see, Satatam, constantly, continuously. Then what will happen? Udita Avagati Jwala. You must go on contemplating till you get this. Okay, I said I did for some time for commercial meditation. No. And that churning is done fully. If you imagine that till the fire comes, till it comes, here it was Jnana Agnihi. I get the Jnana, and all those ignorances gone. All those ignorances are gone. The fire destroys all our ajnana, and the karmas also are burnt equally. Ajnana in the head, it burns the entire fuel of ignorance. Jnana, the knowledge, burns ajnana. Like the fire destroys all that material, and jnanam, Atma Jnana, totally burns sarvani karmani. What are those karmas? I know all of you have repeatedly understood. The various karmas, that we brought forth, have got what's called as what we carry forward is sanchita. And what we do, the future result will come agami. From the last janmas, agami is present janmas sanchita. Carried forward in the last janma is the opening balance. And what I do now, credit and debit, which will give results later, agami. And then out of that, some portion which has already fructified out of sanchita is called prarabdha. I think we are all aware. I am only trying to make you recollect. Sanchita, past, carried forward to, brought forward from the last. What I do now, the results will come later with reference to time, is called agami. Out of the what I have brought forward, some have already started giving prarabdha. All these things will be there. But when I get jnana, all this will be burnt. Sanchita becomes zero because I have brought forward for my, but I have no upadhis, I am Brahman. So that sanchita is zero. Now, even though I realize soul, I continue to work. When I continue to work, agami will come. But when I am no more identified with my upadhis, where is agami? No. But prarabdha results will be there, but I will not have the impact. So what it means is, read the sloka again. From atmarano dhyanamate sadatam krute udidana jwala sarva ajnana indanam dahe. What is that ajnana? Ajnana is, I am the upadhis, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. This is real. And the world is real. All because of avidya in the Veshti, Maya in the Samashti, that is gone. When in the Veshti, avidya is gone, Samashti Maya I have transcended, then what? There is only one. Aham Brahmasmi. Ajnana Sarva Ajnana Indanam Dahet. Vasanas are exhausted. Avidya is gone. Maya is transcended. Then what I realize is Aham Brahmasmi. I want you to start thinking this process, this particular shloka indicates what I have to achieve, the method of achieving, the process, and how you get. So right now, just a minute, you start closing your eyes and start doing that churning. Yes, we have heard this particular shloka, verse number 41. You are now doing the dhyana matana. You are now, though continuous it says, now go deeper. Satatam krute. Continuously you are doing that churning in the antakara. And we have the vakyas of the Vedanta vakyas, Tattvamasi and Aham Brahmasmi, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That I am doing churning. Go on doing it. Go on contemplating on this concept. And then what will happen? That ajnana, that I am the upadhis, and all the karmas, I am using both. All the karmas, agami, sanchita, prarabdha, and ajnana, I am the upadhis, and the Jagat Satyam, all that ajnana is lost, then I realize Brahmasmi. Just a minute, go on contemplating. What a beautiful verse it is for practice. I'll just give you 30 seconds. Continue. All right. We'll take to 43 now.
अरुणेनेव बोधेन पूर्वं सन्तमसे
कृते
तत आविर्भवेदात्मा स्वयमेवांशुमानिव
Read it together.
अरुणेनेव बोधेन पूर्वं सन्तमसे हृते तत आविर्भवेदात्मा स्वयमेवांशुमानिव.
I've shown Devanagari in English and also I'll show you in English, Kannada also. We'll see the Aruneneva Bodhena Purvam Santamase Vrute Tata Avirbhavet Atma Swayamevam Manima. There are concepts Aruna, Amshuman. Carefully see that Aruna. Aruna is Purvam. And then Amshuman, the sun. Similarly, Santamase, then you get what? Atma. Avirbhavet Atma. Link it to this. Now I'll show you the word-to-word meaning. Aruna is that before sunrise, carefully, I want you to start seeing just before sunrise, carefully, start seeing it in your mind. Just before sunrise, you get that Aruna. That's called Aruna. Dawn. And that what will happen, carefully, that even before sunrise, what has happened? All this darkness, Purva, is gone. Santamase Hrude. Just as at the dawn, in the early dawn, carefully, just all that darkness is gone. And then we have Amshuman. Amshu is this. Amshuman is an indicator of Surya, the sun. Before the sunrise, carefully, before the sunrise, the dawn has already removed the darkness. Carefully. Similarly in us, what happens? The Ajnana is removed, ignorance is removed first, and then the Atma Jnana comes. Okay. I am, one of my, students of one of our classes, she has prepared a beautiful, all these PPTs are prepared of our RBI layout, Krutika, along with Mukta. They have helped me with these PPTs. And what a creative way that is prepared. It is not in any other book. Of the sun. Just before the sun, it comes. And the darkness which was there in the night is removed. And then Amshuman Swayameva Avirbhavet. Afterwards, the sun manifests itself. There is no other light, Swayameva on its own. You don't need a torch to show the sun. Swayameva Amshuman Avirbhavet. Look at that screen. I want you to go on seeing. I'll be showing it for some time. Now there is darkness. Darkness is gone, and then the sun rises. Now the darkness is going, and after the sun rises. I want to, that's why when in nature is so beautiful, we learn a lot of lessons when we look at the nature. Next time you have opportunity to see sunrise, observe this particular concept. Just, this is before darkness, before the sunrise. And the darkness is gone, and then the sun rises. Carefully. If you have understood, then you have understood this concept of this particular verse. So, what happens here is, first, that will happen, the darkness is gone. Similarly, the ignorance, like that you take this ignorance, tamase, darkness, hrute, is removed, then the sunrise. Aruneneva Purvena. Santamase. What type? Aruneneva Bodhena Purvam. Santamase. Then that knowledge also, like that, ignorance is jnana, ignorance is ajnana, that is removed, and then I have Atma Jnana Bodhena by the right knowledge. First, you have the right knowledge. That knowledge is got by removing the ignorance. But carefully. And we have repeatedly studied in various chapters of Gita. Number one, through karma and bhakti yoga, I become qualified. And then I get knowledge from a proper guru. When I have become fit, I get a guru at the right time. And I get that knowledge. It is called Jnana Yoga. Karma and Bhakti Yoga prepares me. And then I get knowledge. And then it's enough. Then I have to put it in this. Is it a very experience it? Then I get Atma Jnana. So, remember, first, before there is Amshuman, is sun. Before that, the darkness is removed before. Similarly, I have to get rid of the ignorance and the upadhis. And that I get how? By knowledge. That by knowledge, by proper knowledge, I remove the ignorance and the upadhi. And then afterwards, in the seat of meditation, I realize Aham Brahmasmi. Just close your eyes, please. Starts experiencing this particular verse. Go on seeing the darkness going away at the dawn, the sun rises. Similarly, equate that darkness to my ajnana. How? By jnana. But the pre-qualification for jnana yoga is karma and bhakti. And after I become qualified, I have approached the right gurus and I have got the jnana input that I am not the body, I am not the intellect. Sthula sukshma karana se diriktaha panchakoshatitaha avastatraya sakshi. These are my ajnanas. This is wrong. I have been informed. I have now that ignorance is gone. Now 3 steps are over. Karma yoga over. Bhakti yoga over. Jnana yoga is over. And now I start Satyam Jnanam Anantam Satchidananda. That is what is indicated in this verse. Continue to do your deeper in their daily practices. We'll go.
Atma tu satatam praptopi. Atma tu satatam praptopi. Apraptavada vidyaya. Apraptavada vidyaya. तन्नाशे प्राप्तवद्भाति तन्नाशे प्राप्तवद्भाति स्वकण्ठाभरणं यथा स्वकण्ठाभरणं यथा आत्मा तु सततं प्राप्तोऽपि अप्राप्तवदविद्यया तन्नाशे प्राप्तवद्भाति स्वकण्ठाभरणं यथा.
Atma Bodha. In most of the shlokas, there is a simile. We saw, no? Aruna and Dan and Amshuman. Like that, we have got one more. Swakanta Baranau Yata. We'll see that. Atma tu satatam praptam. This Atman is not something I am going to get. I am not going to become Brahman. That Satatam Praptam is always there, ever existing. I don't become Atma. I don't become Brahman. It is always there. Atma to Satatam Praptam. In spite of that. But Apraptavat, I don't see that. Why? The reason is avidya. And what will happen? When avidya is sannashe, when ignorance is dispelled, what will happen? Praptavat bhati. It appears as though I have gained. Carefully. I have never lost. It was ever there. Was I am Brahman. They say, famous sloka is, all the material things in this world, I get through karma, jnana, bhakti. Karmana, pradaya, dhanena, through actions, through the help of people, by spending money, I get things what I have. I don't have the latest released solar run car. But I work for it, karma, get money, and go to the service station with the help of people, and then I get it. A non-existent, it must be, apraptavat car, I get it by karmana, prajaya, dhanena. But here is something, na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena. Why? It is already there. I am not going to get that. So, we are not going to get Brahman experience. But it is always there. Atma tu satam praptaha abhi praptavat avidyaya. It is ever there. But because of ignorance. And when that tat nashe, ignorance is removed, it praptavat bhati. Swakanta baranau yatha. Swakanta baranau yatha is, assume that you have a lot of money and you want latest diamond necklace. Not that you want that, but that relative of yours, your husband's brother's wife got it. Then it becomes a problem. You get. And by all means, as though your life, you may do satyagraha, more satyagraha, better satyagraha than people did for our freedom movement. You go on doing satyagraha, finally you manage that diamond necklace. Very precious one. And you are going there, here, there, and after all, why should you have that? Why this necklace? It is not for keeping in a locker. You want to show it off. See, I have got one, especially to that person who has that necklace, I want to show. When you are going, then you will find, what? That necklace is gone. is missing. And you search here and go to the find out inside your locker, you find it is not there. Then you run to that locker in the bank and you search all over, and there are tears, and you are finding miserable. You are weeping inconsolably. At that time, your husband asks, "Hey, what is it that you? No, what is it? The diamond necklace that people missing." Then he says, "Hey, you take your hand, touch here, go in front of the mirror, touch it. Yes, I got it." Tell me, that Kantavaranadam was there. Your husband did not give it. It's already on your neck. But it was there. And then when you touched, stood in front of the mirror and touched, you got it. And it is not getting it. You are not going to have prapta. It was there and you realized that it is there. That is all. Swakanta Varno Yata. Beautiful one time necklace. Last we saw the sun appearing. No appearance of this. So Atma is always, I am always there. We don't need to have Atma Prapti. No. That is ever there. Like Swakanta Varanaveda. Atman is, where is it can go? There is not. I am Atman. And the moment you get qualified, you get input through your gurus, a qualified guru, and to a qualified student. And then in the seat of meditation, what you will realize, Aham Brahmasmi. You are not going to become Brahman. Swakanta Varano Yata. I am Brahman. I am not going to become Brahman. Become something is something which I am not. Praptasya prapta. All the other things available to my senses, to the mind, to the intellect is outside things, apraptavat. Apraptavat prapti by karmana pradaya dhanena. By atmajnana, you can't get it by action. You can't get it by karma, yoga. You can't get it by bhakti yoga. You can't get it by jnana yoga also. All these things are qualifications. They are steps. The first route is karma and bhakti. The two together you can't separate. Then when you get qualified, you get Atma Jnana input. Atma Jnana you get means what? You get input through your gurus, through the scriptures. You read them, understand Shravana Manana. And then in the seat of meditation, you will realize Aham Brahmasmi. But that is always there. Atma to Prapti. What is that Atma Prapti? Atma Prapti is equal to Moksha Prapti. There is no difference between the moment you get that, you get more. Ananda, say, it will, in fact, moksha also freedom. Yesterday we celebrated Independence Day. We got independence on 15th of August 1997. We have to have all spiritual sadhakas. We must have freedom. What is freedom? Independence from the wrong identity. That is what we have to do on the 15th of August. Independence. And again, independence means what? I don't need to depend for my ananda on anybody or anything. Carefully. All of us want ananda. You get ananda from anybody. Look at the people. And do you think that diamond necklace will give you ananda? What a misery. And even ask the people who have got the position, the MLAs, the ministers, chief minister, prime minister, do you think they are progressively happy? No. Happiness is something connected with anything, power, position, status, carefully. And we have to have that freedom. Freedom means ananda. Ananda, independent bliss. This ananda, which is not dependent on anybody, anything. This ananda nature. I don't need to get ananda. This search, in fact, I had one of the earliest books that I had read was about Bhagavan Ramana, that Paul Brunton has written, his Search in Sacred in Paul Brunton. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, all of us are searching for ananda, is it not? All of you start thinking. Are you not wanting? And we search in non-existent places. In others, in things, power, position, status. No, it is, and you don't need to become. And in fact, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, all of us are searching for this ananda, carefully. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, this search for ananda is an unconscious search for yourself. Carefully. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, this search for ananda is an unconscious for own self. The moment you find it, the moment you realize you have got ananda. So friends, let us not depend on for ananda anywhere. This search for peace, search for ananda. I hope all of you are doing it. I have got all that. What to do? I am not. And I want ananda. And he says that search that you are doing is just search for your own self. The moment you realize your own nature, bliss. And right now, because of avidya, we are trying to search it outside. Right. So, tat nashe, when that ignorance is gone, I experience that. Let us read that ignorance and experience that. Praptasya praptihi, and it is our own nature, and we have to remove that bhranti. Then you will have that. Bhranti etako. No, that one person was saying, he's in Tamil Nadu, these Pandits, they have some, a little problem with Kannada word. And this was, the Shishya was Chinte, the Guru and the disciple together, they were giving this answer. The Shishya was saying, Chinte etako. Guru said, Brandiye tago. Brandiye tago. Shishya said, Chinteye tago. Guru said, Brandiye tago. He meant Branti etako. Branti in his mouth became Brandi. Etako became tago. And Shishya. There is no need for us to think of anything. There is no need for us for having any chinta. At this moment, I can be in this. We try to realize I am not going to get happiness. I will realize I am happy. We'll go to verse 45.
Sthano purushavat bhrantya. Sthano purushavat bhrantya. Krita brahmani jivata. Krita brahmani jivata. Jivatyatatrike rupe. जीवस्य तात्विके रूपे दृष्टे निवर्तते तस्मिन् दृष्टे निवर्तते together स्थाणौ पुरुषवद्भ्रान्त्या कृता ब्रह्मणि जीवता जीवस्य तात्विके रूपे तस्मिन् दृष्टे निवर्तते.
Sthano. This is a famous example, like Atma Bodha, an illustration in most of the verses. Here you will see Sthano Purushavad Brantya. That is what I told you of that Branti, not Branti Yetako, not Branti Yetako. Get rid of that delusion, Branti. Because of that Branti, we are seeing the ghost in the post. Sthano Purushavad. Kruta Brahmani Jivata. Jivasya Satvikam Rupe. Tasmin Shishte Nivartate. All that because of I am not able to see the post. I am seeing the Bhutam, the devil. Why? That, particularly the night, it looks very true. I am able to see its head, the tongue here, movement of the hand, everything I am able to see. It appears very, very, very true. And I may even collapse. I am clearly seeing the neck coming like that, and blood coming, and like that. And that gone. People had told me there is a devil, especially in Amavasya night, when there is no other light. I see clearly, and whose Gota also we know. Is almost clear. At that moment, if somebody comes and says, hey, no man, this is only it is not a ghost. You don't believe. No, I'm seeing it. See the moment. Everything is clear. Even though I get Upadesha, carefully, even though I get Upadesha, I continue to see the Bhuta. Purushavad, the devil. Even though, but if he is a real guru, he brings a star, hey, turns that light towards that, and you see what? The post. Even if the Upadesha is given, carefully, I am using this word carefully, even if the Upadesha is given, I continue to see the devil. Only when Guru gives that light and makes me experience the post, then the fear is gone. Ajnana of the post made me feel the ghost is real. Similarly, all our things in this world, the shariras and the entire jagat, all of them are appearing to be trivial. Non-apprehension of post to misapprehension of the ghost. Non-apprehension of the ghost led to misapprehension of the ghost. And that apprehension, misapprehension of the ghost will go only when I apprehend the reality, experience the reality. Similarly, right now this world appears to be real. World is real. And that what, see, I am showing you the picture. You will start seeing the movement also. You are also seeing the branches, and it's like a man. It's as though hands are moving, everything is moving, everything. And that only when I experience. Similarly, I am Brahman. I am not the body. The two steps I am suggesting. I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. As long as this belief is there, the moment I realize I am Atman, then misapprehension that I am the upadhis is gone. Similarly, outside, the world also is in the Veshti because of avidya, samashti because of maya, the jiva, and it is mithya. Not there, appears. It's called apparent reality. That can go, oh, and realize, aham brahmasmi. So, tasmin tatvike, tasmin rupe drishtati. And when I realize, aham brahmasmi, then I am the limited ego will go away. Now we want some time for 5 minutes discussion with this Vasu and Vani. It is 7:45.
Questions, if there are questions, we can take, sir. Otherwise, we can do one more shloka also.
One more shloka, would you like me to continue? We'll take verse 46 and then we close.
Okay.
46. Tattva-swarupanubhavat Tattva-swarupanubhavat Utpannam jnanamanjasa Aham mameti cha jnanam Aham mameti cha jnanam Badhate digbhrhamadivat Badhate digbhrhamadivat.
We'll read together verse number 46.
Tattva-swarupanubhavat
Utpannam jnanamanjasa aham mameti cha jnanam badhate digbhrhamadivat. I'm putting in Kannada and English so that and also in Devanagari and English and with Tattva Swarupa Anubhavat Utpannam Jnanamanjasa. Then when that happens, what? I get the identity. I am Atman. Tat Swarupa, not information, not but experience carefully. That's why he has used Tat Swarupa Anubhava, not Tattva Swarupa information. All of us have been reading lots of books, lots of Upanishads, I know. It is not something for me to, even if I have a PhD on Atma Jnana, I can't become an Atma Jnani till Anubhava. Tattva Swarupat Aham Brahmasmi experience. The moment it happens, then the ignorance will go. What will go? Aham Mama Iti Ajnanam. It will go. Like, again, one more indicator is given. Dhik Brahmadivat. This particular Atma Bodha is like that. Tattva Swarupa Anubhavat, by experiencing the truth. Utpannam Jnanam. And it happens not later. You see, he has used the word with immediate. There is no time gap between the moment you have the light is gone, the darkness is gone. First, no, immediately it is gone. That utpannam jnanam. Aham mama iti ajnanam. Now I am thinking, I am the upadhis, things belonging to upadhis are me. That will go. Bhadate destroyed. Aham mama iti ajnanam bhadate. I and mine, all this ajnana, the ignorance will go away. The moment I have the right, not information, experience. Like that, Now, you are going somewhere, and there you have got a confusion. You have got a shows you go in this direction, that direction, north you go. Everything is indicated in the map, and but you have to go north, and then for so many kilometers, many meters, and then turn towards south, and towards east, and then again turn towards west. All are given. You have that, but still you are under confusion. You are there in the center. You do not know. But there, if somebody says, "Hey, this is east," the problem is not. You ask someone, but no, this is not necessary. You got, and fortunately, you set it, and you take me to this place. GPS auntie will go on telling you not once, because, and GPS auntie will say, now you turn right, go so many meters, and go on traveling. And then immediately before he says, now another 200 meters, turn left. He will say, GPS auntie. And if you faithfully follow her, you will reach your goal. Take our gurus to be like that. Gurus, GPS. GPS means what? They will tell you which route you have to go, which direction, how long you have to go. The moment it is gone, you have no problem. Because you might have the map, but you might have a confusion. Olden days, somebody had to tell you one direction is enough, then you know the other direction. Now, GPS, auntie, that will tell you. But now and then, that GPS, and you, instead of turning, you go straight. Then GPS auntie will say, I'm correcting. Can you turn like that? You have seen, when you are driving, you are using the GPS. Ideally, you go in whatever it is. Suppose you go to a wrong way, immediately that auntie will correct you. Hey, come, go back. Turn like this. Turn. I am correcting. Like that. Have a guru. Have, like the way you have faith in GPS auntie, have faith in the guru. They will never mislead you. And once in a way you make mistakes, the guru will take it. Hey, come on, correct, go like this. And with that, when you do, and guru will certainly tell you how to get rid of the jnana. Brahma jnana, when I realize that means aham brahmasmi, I am that, then I am the upadhis, that is the benefit. And then what we have to do, practically, the faith, with faithfully what is indicated by our masters. So let us have absolute total faith in Guru Vedanta Vakyalishu Vishwasaha iti Shraddha. Very, very important. Never doubt your teacher. Never doubt our scriptures. Because like the way we have the faith GPS, have faith. And if you go in that path, then we will reach. We will reach. We are not going to become Brahman, carefully. I am Brahman. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. Aham Brahmasmi. This is what my master has told me. This is what my scriptures have told me. And the gurus have not only told me the ultimate way, but he has also told, practice karma yoga, bhakti yoga. And then he has given input. I have become receptive to my guru. And I have absolute total faith in the guru. Not only I listen to him with all attention, I practice the path my gurus have. In that, in between, when I make mistakes, my guru will correct me. And my scriptures will correct me. I have absolute total faith in Guru Vedanta Vakyalishu. I reach that. I realize Aham Brahmasmi. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.